It's a quick turnaround in MLS this week with a midweek card featuring 12 games for Week 16 on Wednesday, May 31st. This week, I like two different parlays, and the first one's going to have 3 games, all over 1.5 goals. But I also think both teams could probably score in each of these games. So you can kind of take your pick if you want to go both teams to score in all 3, or put all 3 together at over 1.5, which would come to plus 102 odds. Let's start it off. The first game that I like is Atlanta and New England. These are two teams with playoff aspirations, and they meet here when the 5th place team in the East, Atlanta, hosts 3rd in the conference, New England, in Wednesday's first game on the card. Atlanta has just a single win in 6 games. However, after Saturday's 1-1 draw in Orlando, they're undefeated in 3 matches. Tyler Wolff's 86-minute equalizer also extended Atlanta's streak of scoring in every single game this season. Of those 15 games this season, they've only kept 3 clean sheets, though, making a bet on both teams to score, 12-3 for Atlanta so far this season. The Revolution have only 1 win in their past 5 games. They've given up a 3 spot in back-to-back games after a 3-0 loss in Philadelphia and a 3-3 draw at home to Chicago on Saturday. After Seattle's 24.8 and Vancouver's 22.8, New England and Atlanta at 22.5 are both tied for 3rd overall in the league in XG, while obviously being both tied for 1st in the East. Atlanta ranks 3rd in shots on target, while New England is 6th, plus both sides are top 10 in attacking third touches. The Five Stripes have now scored in 17 straight league games, which is the longest current active record in MLS, but they've also conceded in 12 of 15 this season. So I'm going over 1.5 in this game, but you could go both teams to score at minus 145 or both teams to score in over 2.5 at minus 105. Let's go into the second game now, and it's Toronto and Chicago. Amidst all the chaos, infighting, and poor results to start the season, TFC pulled themselves up on the weekend, and they put in a performance against Wayne Rooney's DC United, and it was a 2-1 home win, thus pulling them out of the Eastern Conference basement. Chicago isn't in a much better position, though. In fact, both teams are now tied with just 16 points this year. Chicago is winless in 3, and they have just 1 win in their past 8. But Frank Lopez's team has kept things interesting, though, with back-to-back 3-3 draws with Atlanta and then New England on the weekend as well. That makes them 9-5 to over 2.5 totals with a goals per match average of 3.2, which is the 4th highest in the league. From a defensive standpoint, the Fire's XGA of 21.4 is only better than Montreal, Charlotte, and Colorado. Both Chicago and Toronto give their opponents plenty of shots, with Chicago ranking 23rd and Toronto 19th in shots on target allowed. TFC also gives up the 4th most attacking third and the 2nd most penalty area touches to their opponents. So I see plenty of chances coming from both teams here. Mix all that up, I obviously see goals. You can do the same idea. Both teams to score would be minus 150. Both teams scoring over 2.5 would be plus 105. Or simply just go over 1.5 for the second leg of the parlay. And the third leg will come from Sporting Kansas City and FC Dallas. Sporting may be the league's 26th ranked team in scoring with just 13 goals, but they're coming off their best offensive output of the season. On Sunday, they put 4 past Portland in a 4-1 win, now making them 3-1-1 in their past 5 games. Dallas salvaged a late 1-1 draw in San Jose on the weekend, and they're now undefeated in 5. They only have 1 loss in their past 9 games, and they have still managed, though, to score a goal against every team this season that's not named Minnesota. But wins on the road continue to be hard to come by, as they have none in their past 15 and only 1 in their past 25. Of the teams they've scored on this season, 1 is this Sporting Kansas City team, as these teams played back in March in Dallas, and it was a 2-1 win for Dallas. I can't bet on a Dallas road win given the stats I just said. Sporting looks to be on the upswing, but they're going to be playing on short rest, having been one of 4 teams to play on Sunday, and they've also allowed a goal in 8 of their past 9. Once again, let's go for goals. Here's a great one for both teams to score at minus 125, or, like I'm going to do, just go over 1.5 for this one as well. So if you do over 1.5 for all 3 of those games, those odds will be plus 102. Now I have a second parlay for Week 16, and I'm going to try to make this one very simple. I'm just going to ask 3 teams to score a goal. We're going to start it off with Columbus and Colorado. The Crew have scored in every game this season and are the league's 3rd highest scoring team with 26 goals. At home, they're the 2nd highest with 18. Colorado has lost 4 straight, and they've been outscored 10-3 in that stretch. On the road, they conceded a goal in 23 of their past 25 away matches. So let's just go Columbus to score. Second, it will be New York City FC against Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati to get a goal here. Cincinnati has only lost 1 game in their past 14 and 1 all season. They lead the Supporters' Shield race with 33 points, and they scored in each of their past 12 games. Meanwhile, for New York City FC, they're a young team, and they're struggling this season at 4-4-6. They're 11th in the East, winless in 5, and they've allowed a goal in 11 straight games. Cincy to score. And finally, we'll go Philly to score against Charlotte. The Union have just won 3-1 in New York over New York City FC on Saturday, and they've now scored 3 goals in back-to-back games. At home, they've scored in 17 of their last 19 games dating back into last season. Charlotte won 1-0 on the road to the Galaxy on the weekend, but they have conceded in 13 of 15 games this season. And on the road, they had conceded in 18 straight road games prior to that clean sheet against the Galaxy on the weekend. So let's go Philly to score for the last leg. So Philly to score, Cincy to score, and Columbus to score. That comes out to minus 118, which what looks like to be a simple parlay. Those are my MLS picks this week. Be sure to leave yours in the comments below. Give the video a like on your way out, and subscribe to the channel right there for more MLS picks this season. Good luck, everybody, on Wednesday with your MLS picks.